What you aim for when you shoot might be different. I'm gonna give you some of the best ways to help you instantly improve your shooting. And one of them is actually something Steph Curry does. What you'll need to do specifically will depend on the type of shooter you are and how you typically miss. So I'm gonna give you little tweaks depending on that to make sure you're making more of your shots literally in seconds. So I had a video talking about what you should aim for when shooting. Some people said that they had something different that they like to aim for, and I think that's perfectly fine. So I wanna go over 5 other things that you should aim for. And then at the end, I'll link you to the other video with the one thing I think is like the best possible thing you can aim for. And when I have players use that, in minutes, seconds, I should say. Go for missing, 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 to making shots. Every time I give players this tweak, but these tweaks can probably have a similar effect for you. So the first thing a lot of players have told me they like to aim for is they like to go for the front of the rim. So they'll aim for the middle of the front of the rim wherever they are. So if I'm here, I would aim for there. Obviously, I'd want to get a little over it, or right there if I'm on this side. So, you know, depending on where you are, you would want to aim for the middle of the front of the rim, and of course, try to get it over the top. If that's what works for you, go with it. And again, all these things, just try them out and see what works best for you. Every player is going to be a little bit different. The front of the rim is good if, let's say, a lot of times you shoot and you end up making the shot long, right? You're always bricking off the back of the backboard or off the back of the rim, right? Then maybe you want to go for the front of the rim if that's making you miss. Now, typically I would say if there's any way you could miss, you'd want it to be long, because at least that gives you a chance of getting that bounce like I did on that last shot. That one went in with a little bit of rim, of course, but you get what I'm saying. Like if I hit it off the backboard, I might get that bounce like I did there. But if I miss really short, then I'm gonna get a brick or an air ball. Both of which are not good scenarios. Me personally, I like to go for the back of the rim. So I'm gonna try to aim for the back, middle of the rim right there. Obviously, again, a little short of that so I make the shot. I don't wanna hit the rim and break the shot. You gotta make those little inch changes, but usually that's what I'll go for with the extra tweak I'm gonna give you at the end, the other video I'll link you to. So aiming for the back of the rim is probably gonna be best if you typically end up being short on your shots. If you know you're short over and over and over, you would want to aim for the back of the rim. Me personally, I go for the back of the rim plus the tweak I'm gonna give you at the end of the video, the thing that I like to aim for. One thing that I've heard from a lot of players that I like is basically imagining the ball going just over the rim. So let's say maybe you're a shooter that has a really flat shot, right? You just don't get any arc on it, and because of that, you're missing a lot of shots. Well, if that's you, then you'd want to go with the over the rim technique, imagining the ball going over the top. That'll probably help you get a little bit more of that arc on the shot so you can get more nothing but net. If you think about it, if the basketball is traveling towards the rim, and you're going directly towards it, you're making that rim, you're turning it from a circle into like an oval, right? That's decreasing the chances of you making the shot. But if there's more arc, now the basketball is going through the big hole here, right? If you go here, it's not giving it a path. Another thing a lot of players like to aim for is just going right for the dead center of the rim. So thinking about right in the middle. So kind of like the last one when you're thinking about trying to get the ball to go over, I think if you combine that with the idea of having it go right up the middle on the rim, that's a good spot to aim for. Trying to get it come right over and right in the middle. If you think about it, that's gonna really narrow down your target, increase your chances of making the shot. Center of the rim, I think, is just a good starting point for most players. You know, right in the middle, I mean, it would make sense that that would increase your chances of making shots, except for I think the thing I like a little more personally for myself and the players I train, but the center of the rim is a good starting point because from there you can kind of figure out, okay, am I missing short, am I missing long, and then you can apply, you know, one of the other strategies that I'm giving you in this video depending on how you're missing. Fifth one, and then I'll give you the one that I think is like the best possible thing, is what Steph Curry does. So if you look on the rim, there's all these little hooks here, 1, 2, 3, where the net hooks up to the rim. Steph Curry says he likes to aim for the middle of those 3 hooks and try to get the basketball to go right over the top of them, like we were saying in a lot of these, get it to go over the top. The 3 hooks I think is really good for if you have issues with maybe missing a little more left or right. I think it can help you kind of narrow down that target and make sure your shot's more aligned. So if you're maybe missing a lot of shots, you know, maybe you're always missing left, or maybe you're just sporadic, missing left, missing right, aiming for the 3 hooks can maybe help you narrow down that target so you're making more of those shots. So this video covers what I think gives you the best possible target, and again is the one that I've seen players instantly start to make more shots. Subscribe and click the bell icon to catch the newest videos. I got a free shooting workout for you at the top link in the description down below. Make sure you grab that. I will see you in that video next.